Step 1, thermogenesis. That's what occurs when our body starts to heat up and sweat at the beginning of our workout. Typically, this can be accomplished through a 5-minute jog, but it might take longer depending on the climate. This is important because it brings more blood flow to your muscles, which allows them to stretch and later contract more effectively. 2, dynamic stretching. When you stretch your body through movements instead of static positions. This is important because then it prepares the body to get into certain positions that will be required later on in the training session. But it's done after the jog when there is blood flow, increasing the effectiveness of each stretch. On the other hand, stretching cold muscles won't be as effective. According to this systematic review, 7 minutes of dynamic exercises after 5 minutes of jogging significantly improves sprinting, jumping, and agility performance. Step 3, mechanical prep. This is just a fancy term for doing drills that remind your body what good technique is. It's wise to have this step after the body has heated up and increased its range of motion, because now it's finally ready to get into sprint positions. This is where you would have your classic sprint drills to focus on any weak points. For example, inside sprint cheat codes that teach athletes to work on posture by doing a classic 8-step drill, but with their arms up. This forces you into the correct position that will allow you to strike the ground more powerfully and improve your top speed. Step 4, potentiation. We're getting to the fun stuff now. Potentiation is the concept that when we perform a high demanding exercise, there is a short-term improvement in performance on less demanding exercises that come next. Here you can see the second fastest man in the 200 meters, Johan Blake, performing sleds before hitting the track to do acceleration. Step 5, stride outs. Here is where we begin to actually sprint. If you're unfamiliar, this is when you begin with a jog and gradually increase the intensity until you're sprinting at the effort you will be using for the workout that day. For example, if it's a top speed session, you'll do your stride outs beginning at around 60% effort, then increase it by 10% until you're at 100% effort. Then you can begin your main sprints for the session. Just like you would begin with warm-up sets at the gym and then gradually build up before hitting a big lift. I have my athletes typically do between 5 to 10 stride outs for 10 to 30 meters depending on where they are in their program. That's 2 minutes. Hope that helps. If you like this video, then you like this one even more, because I go in depth on how to warm up like Usain Bolt and show you exact exercises for every step of the way.